What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another great video. This time it involves Starbucks. Starbucks employees are furious, and we're gonna figure out why. Take a look.
Haldeman. I've been a barista at the Lincoln Highway Starbucks here for a little over 3 years. We're out on strike today because Starbucks is trying to implement a new dress code. No one ever asked for a new dress code. They updated a dress code recently and it made it looser where we could wear colors and patterns. And now they're deciding that we can only wear black. It's very restrictive. Most of us had to buy new clothes and we can't afford it. We barely make enough money to pay our bills. And also on top of that, they keep trying to make all these changes in union stores, and it's illegal. They're not allowed to make these changes without bargaining with us and voting on this. So it's just incredibly alarming and upsetting that Starbucks is continuing to do illegal things to our union stores. And so we're out here making sure that they know that we're still here, and then we're fighting for that contract.
My take on this, right? Starbucks, like every other franchise, McDonald's, Burger King, these guys have a business to run. When they decide to change their uniform or anything of that nature,
they don't have to consult with the workers. I don't know where she got this from, but I gotta be honest, this new generation, it's a whole different generation. Okay? You're there to work and provide a service in exchange. It's like time for money. You provide Starbucks with your time, and they're gonna exchange it for money.
So if they decide to change the uniform or anything else, they don't have to consult with you. You're not part of
corporate. You're not the one sitting in the board meeting when Starbucks is making their final determination and decision. She says, this is illegal. They were supposed to consult with us or communicate with us before they made any changes. Girl, do you have stocks and shares in Starbucks?
It's not a law. That's not a law.
What are we talking about?
It doesn't make it illegal.
They better soon understand that if they don't take serious, I don't want to say precaution, but if they don't become serious about their jobs, they're going to be out of a job. And those are going to be the same people later on down the line complaining that they can't find work. Like the audacity. I don't recall if ever having to wear, let's say, we wore medical uniforms, right? We wore scrubs and stuff like that.
But it doesn't matter.
But,
you represent the job with a brand. You're a brand.
Who am I to go in there and be like, the CEO of the hospital, I'm not wearing scrubs. I'm gonna come in my jeans and my sweater, and I'm gonna what? that's so crazy to me. Like her way of thinking, and I'm gonna honestly say she's not the only one who thinks that way, because obviously they're all protesting in regards to their job uniform and not liking the fact that they have to wear a uniform.
Correct.
And to me, that says, listen, you're only there for a certain amount of hours. Fulfill the job requirements. And get
out of there.
Get in there and make my vanilla chai, please. And when you're done, go home.
With all due respect.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's like we have to stop being ridiculous. She claims that, they don't have money to purchase new clothing, or it's supposed to be a black shirt. That's the uniform.
Right.
And to me, a black shirt really, it gives professional.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Because
everybody's going to know that where you work.
Just up until 2 weeks ago.
That's the only reason why for a uniform.
Right, exactly. Just up until 2 weeks ago, my husband could tell you, I was going to Starbucks like twice a day, every single day. And sometimes when you go there, it's like, don't get me wrong, by the way, the Starbucks that we go to, everybody in there is really, really nice, right? Shout out to everybody. And then also you do see some Starbucks employees in other locations and stuff where they put together some stuff and it's like all over the place. And listen, I think uniforms bring out professionalism as far as, you look nice in your attire.
Exactly.
Once it's clean, it's pressed, whatever, you look good, and it's just, most jobs have a uniform. If you don't want to wear a uniform, then get your own job. But not to talk for too long, but I feel like it's the backlash that Starbucks is receiving, because instead of hiring actual workers, they're too busy hiring a lot of people that nobody else would hire. They're too busy hiring activists and people who liberated this, and they have this belief and this stance and all this craziness. And here it is, you give them a chance to, or an opportunity of a job. You give them an opportunity to get a job. And this is what they do. They turn around and it's like they have to complain about this, they have to complain about that. It's just ridiculous. To me, in my opinion, it's ridiculous.
Besides, without a uniform working at any one of these franchises, if someone has a question, they don't even know who to go to. At least the uniform allows you to stand out as a an employee. It's just that simple. It's not up to them to notify you of anything. Just, if anything, they're gonna tell you, well, we got some new uniforms. That's about it. Just put the uniform on and get back to your business.
Exactly.
That's
Get your job and continue to pay your bills. Right, because it says over 2,000 baristas have gone on strike nationwide protesting the dress code. This is foolishness.
I don't understand what
foolishness.
I would like to see what were they wearing in the first place.
Any and everything.
That's crazy.
I know a lot of times we go through the drive-through, but any and anything.
That's crazy.
Okay,
That's
and
crazy.
also, she's like, we don't have money to buy a black shirt. Girl, go to Walmart and get you a nice black shirt.
Which is crazy, but
great
you have
material
money
for like $3. How much is a black shirt? Because I have a lot of black shirts.
Right.
And
They
they're
have
like,
to have the logo on it, I believe.
they're under $5. And even if it has to have the logo and you have to purchase a shirt, right? Let's just hypothetically say, then purchase one. And if you gotta wash it by hand,
Do your thing.
take it back to the old school or throw it
your
in the
thing.
machine if it's dirty.
Do your thing.
Then you do your thing so it could be cleaned. But nevertheless, why are we complaining? You know what I'm saying? You're probably working 4 days, 5 days, maybe part-time. Just buy one shirt, 2 shirts.
Right.
If it's a shirt that's given to you, just wear the shirt. That's less clothes that you have to dirty up at the end of the week anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it doesn't make no sense to protest about this. It's very simple.
This is minor.
No-brainer situation. They should just comply. Comply and get back to work. It's that easy.
Because right now it's affecting 120 U.S. stores.
I think it's stupid because you would go out and purchase something that you prefer to put on, or whatever designer shirt that you may choose to wear. You spend way more on that.
And she's complaining that they don't have enough money for their own overhead costs, like their cost of living. Then, sis, maybe you should find another job.
I don't know.
Find another job. But anyway, that wraps up this situation with Starbuckies. And that's about it. If I was Starbucks personally and they're acting the way they're acting, I'd have been, I would have fired them. Like, you gotta go. Forget about the strike. You gotta go. And let's bring in some new employees that really want to work, because there's some people out there looking for work while these people are out there just acting a fool.
I agree. All right, so
That's
that wraps
about
it up, guys. See you next video.
Catch you later.